mobility trends. We know all about the numbers of devices versus human beings, etc. So I'm not going to go there. What we're really interested in, is the devices that we're all working on. So I would hazard a guess that on our way here today, most of us probably did some work. You will work whilst you're here today. Some of you are working now. And tomorrow, you probably won't be going into an office to work. You'll either be working from home, you'll be working in someone else's office, you'll be working on a train. And you'll be doing all of that on your mobile devices. Now, the interesting statistic here is 60% of you will be doing that on your personal devices. So there's a huge need for access, obviously, to corporate data, but then we also need to make sure that that's securely managed as much as possible. So the pace of innovation, we can see there it's quite, I was quite shocked when I saw this stat. New operating system every 15 days. And when you look at, how fast this market is developing, how quickly it evolves, and certainly when you're looking at things like BYOD strategies, it's really hard for the enterprise organizations to keep up. So how is it that you need to do that? How best to do that? And how best to do that is all about the platform. So to make sure that moving forward you have future-proofed your enterprise mobility management platform. So in the past, you had MDM, mobile device management. All we wanted to do really was lock that device remotely, wipe that device remotely. That was pretty much it. Then we started looking at application management. We wanted to manage those applications. We wanted to blacklist apps, whitelist apps. We wanted to look at email, give a more secure alternative to native email. So we wanted to manage your emails. And we also wanted to look at content management, make sure that was secure and well managed as well. So that's now comes under the enterprise mobility management banner, and that's where we are at present. And we've also got file sync and share and containerization there as well. Moving forward, it's going to be moving towards M2M, machine to machine, and the Internet of Things. And so what this mobility trend, what exactly is it doing? It's transforming the business processes, as we all know. It's making it easier for us to do our jobs more efficiently, in a more enjoyable way. And, as all the various statistics will say, you enjoy your job, you're going to be more productive. So how are we going to make those employees more productive? We need to give them the devices and the opportunity to integrate with what they need to use. And you need a comprehensive solution to be able to do that. So you've got the devices, we want to have access. I don't want to spend ages having to sign on into lots of different containers. I want it to be quick, I want it to be easy, and I want to be able to use it as efficiently as possible. With that, all that integration, and with all that access, of course, you can potentially compromise all your corporate assets, and vulnerabilities can be exposed. So the whole problem really is balancing user experience and ease of user experience with security and management of those corporate resources. And that's where your enterprise mobility management solution is really coming into play. So, best practice, outlining what we recommend for your enterprise mobility management solution platform. Firstly, you need to choose a comprehensive enterprise solution. So we want to make sure that everything that we were talking about previously that comes under the EMM umbrella, so the management of applications, content, email, that you're enabling all your employees to be able to do that. We also need the options of how they're able to do that, how you want them to be able to do that. Do you want to manage the whole device? Do you want to give them a workspace on a device? Especially obviously when you're looking at BYOD strategies. You then want a unified endpoint management. We're looking at every single type of device. So we're not really talking about, we're not at all talking about just smartphones and tablets. We're talking about laptops, we're talking about ruggedized devices, we're talking about peripherals, we're talking about wearables. So you need to have a solution that's going to enable you to manage those apps, those emails, that content across all those types of devices. On all those devices are different operating systems. So you need a solution that's going to be able to cover all of those as well. And the main part of this is the future-proofing part. So it might be fine at the moment. You give all your 1,000, 10,000, 12,000 employees an iPhone, probably not going to be an iPhone, or is it maybe, a Nokia device. But what's going to happen moving forward? People might not want to use those Nokia devices. The bright young things that are coming out and have a choice of where to work are going to go to that employer that's going to enable them to use whatever device they want. So you need to make sure that that's future-proof. You're going to be losing talent unless you have a broad range. And then there's every use case. So again, you need to have that solution enabling you to have a corporate-owned device, BYOD, etc. Here's one of the slides, another busy slide. A lot to take in there. Basically, what we're saying is, with that implementation of a solution, it needs to integrate with all your internal infrastructure. So you're utilising the investment that you've already made. So your internal email infrastructure, your content repositories, you need to have a solution that's going to enable you to integrate with all of those as well. And then the solution needs to support the different types of deployment. So I've already talked about BYOD. You've obviously got containerization there. And then you've got the standalone app, business to customer. So if we go back and look at all the different points, as a solution, it needs to make sure you're covering the type of deployment, what you're looking at managing, so your apps, your email, your content, what type of devices, what type of platforms, what operating systems, and what kind of use cases. So you tick off all those different boxes and you're going to have a good comprehensive solution there. So looking ahead, what do we at Airwatch think is going to be happening moving forward? Evolving the security model. Your ecosystem is only as strong as your weakest link. So unless your security is strong, obviously, in each of those different sections, it's not going to work because it's going to fall down. And there are going to be breaches and it's going to be vulnerable. So it's ensuring, again, that with enterprise mobility management, that you've got security in every single aspect. You want to be enabling the next generation of apps. So it started off kind of, mobile banking apps, that's where things started. Then you had business-to-business apps, enabling collaboration between businesses. And now we've really got, true business-to-employee apps, assisting with workflow, assisting with workflow, automation, training, etc. So you need to make sure that the next generations of apps are being enabled for those people. Now, I'm not a techie, so I don't really understand this fully. I know that most of you are techies, so you will. But essentially, it's that your ecosystem is a reflection of your back-end systems. Any questions about that part of it, don't come to me, but my colleague Nick, who is a super tech, will be happy to answer any questions on that. And also what we'll need to do moving forward is address all the multiple use cases. We're already seeing use cases that we wouldn't even have thought possible a few years ago, whether that's people wearing wearables on wind turbines and the information going down to the iPads in their pockets, from the way pupils and teachers can now communicate, can integrate, the way there's information at the touch of students' fingertips, the way airline pilots are reading their flight manuals, the way doctors and nurses are using devices during their shifts to access real-time data. They're able to put down a device, finish their shift, and then the next person that picks up the information that they need is pushed down. So it's really a case of addressing all those multiple use cases and looking forward to seeing what could possibly be coming up. That's quite another crazy statistic. 50 billion connected devices. So yeah, the Internet of Things, where machines are talking to machines, and I think that's going to be the greatest change for enterprise. So whether you've got, this might not be in an enterprise environment, but whether you've got baby clothes that tell you when the baby needs whatever it is, changing, feeding, whether for me personally, it's a table where you can chuck a load of ingredients on and it tells you what to cook. That sounds amazing. So That's where things are going to be moving forward, and that's where the real transformation is going to happen, and that's where we really need to manage all that access. We need to make sure that it's secure and it's managed well, so the data isn't being lost, leaked, and nothing's been compromised with regards to your corporate resources. So, needless to say, Airwatch can do all of the above, right? Otherwise I wouldn't be here. So just a little bit about Airwatch, if you don't know much about us. 2,000 employees. We were acquired by VMware a year ago, just over a year ago now. You can see our growth there has been phenomenal. We've just opened up our 11th global office, and our customers across 150 countries are supported in 17 languages. And that's in the software, as well as obviously over the phone via support. And then this looks like we're just showing off, but it'll be a little bit more than that. As you can see, pick any main vertical and the top 10 players, and most of them will be Airwatch customers. So Glaxo, ExxonMobil, BA, KLM, John Lewis, Specsavers, and in the middle there, we've got the world's largest retailer as well. This isn't just to show off about who uses us, it's more to show you how you can customize our solution to do exactly what it is you need it to do. No two companies operate in exactly the same way. So it shows that the diversity of what we're able to offer. And also with that breadth comes experience. So any challenges that you might encounter, invariably, we'll probably have encountered them already with one of our customers. And by definition of them being one of our customers, we've sorted out the problem for them. So it's kind of, just trying to show you that with Airwatch you would be in good hands.